Hi, my name is Michelle Edwards, and I'm the instructional coach at Paul Revere Primary. Today, we're going to review how Google Slides and Google Forms can be used for journaling and reader's response. As we discussed in the last video, the instructional focus for our writing during our remote learning time could have been a writing unit, a journal, and a reader's response. Today, we're going to talk about journaling. Google Slides can be a great tool that we can use for journaling. Just as we set up a template for our unit, a template could be set up for our students for journaling. Within our journal, we could do the same thing as we did in class. We could present each child with a journal entry, and they could correspond in their journal. The great thing about the Google Slide is just in the unit we discussed is you can see what they're writing. So instead of them taking pictures and snapping you things, they could just share this with you and you could be able to see what they're doing on a daily basis. Also, this would be a great tool for students to use during a Google Meets. If you're looking for something to share, students could take their journal entries and share them with their class. So they could be writing things, and also, depending on your grade level, you could insert a picture and have students correspond, or maybe they could select a picture and write about the picture. You also could do a more structured journal based on a topic. For example, our older students may benefit from a COVID-19 journal. Within the journal, they would not only learn more about the COVID-19 pandemic, but also be able to share some of their feelings that they're facing right now. This would allow us to get a pulse on their social emotional well-being while they're at home. So as I said, they could start by learning and linking some videos here to learn about the pandemic, even an article on past pandemics, but then most importantly, a space where they can respond to you of how they're feeling, how they feel about missing things. And again, this would be a great pulse check for the students in your classroom, as well as a great tool for you to use to keep tabs on their writing. Another way to do journaling in a quick write is to use a Google form. So as your students are writing and you just want a quick response from them, you could place your question in a Google form and they would be able to respond to you in the Google form. As you know, with Google Forms, you get the responses back right away, and you also can collect their email addresses to see who has responded and who has not responded to you. As we're looking at readers' response, students can kind of do the same thing as they were doing in the journaling and the unit. You can create a Google slide again for readers' response. So as you can see, no matter what you want to do, the Google Slides is a great tool for us to start using in the classroom, and even especially as we're working remotely. So the same format, create a template where students would have access to their own journal. This one would be their reader response journal. So as they're reading for you, either assigned reading or reading that they're selecting on their own, they would have a spot to answer questions, specific questions related to standards. They could actually look at some genres, and maybe this is something as a review for students, and then even find some books and record them within some of the charts within the reading response journal. Same thing in this reading response journal. You'd be setting up a template, sharing it with all your students, and then they would be able to respond. This one in particular, I really like that in the corner that students would have the kind of review what they have to make sure is in their reader's response and in their response to whatever they are reading. The same thing could be done in a smaller version of a reader response using a Google form. The same type of question based on what they've read could be responded to in a Google form. You could assign these daily, and then you would get a response from students on a daily basis so you can check in with them and how they're doing with their reading. Again, both of these things could be used in your Google Meets as well, so students have something to share about what they've done. Thank you so much for reviewing how Google Slides and Google Forms can be used for journaling and for readers' response. Thank you and have a great day.